Waiting.
I got the leadership coming back at 5 this afternoon.
Yes.
Then we begin this blockade. Then we will continue the surveillance. I would anticipate 2 or 3 things. First, that Khrushchev will make a statement that any attack upon Cuba will be the same as he made at the time of the Suez business, will be regarded as an attack upon the Soviet Union, be responded to by all the weapons at their command. Number one. Number two is we have to assume that as this surveillance continues with the U-2s, that these SAM sites may shoot one down. At that point, then we were just discussing what action we will take in attacking the SAM site. So I would assume that this will only be the first of an increasing number of steps. We're not going to be in any position to carry out an invasion for some days because we have to move those troops around from San Diego, but we're going to do all those things, and we'll just stay in touch with you this week, which, as I say, we anticipate that it will be getting more intense.
As I understand it, John talked to me about 3 possibilities.
Right.
The first one, I told him, the only real thing I said was I thought that was completely wrong. And apparently everybody else had.
That's right, and for the reasons, one is we didn't think we'd get them all, as well as we'd have all the disadvantages without finishing the job.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the second one, the difficulty was, and of course here between second and third, I thought there were a number of reasons on both sides, and of course I couldn't tell about the understandings that the government had with the Latin American companies, with NATO, and so on and so on.
Right.
But so there, my thought was, well, no matter what you have to do, I will certainly stand hit and will be doing my best.
Right.
Support it. Now, the one thing I didn't quite understand, that you'd suspect this third program would require a number of increasingly serious steps.
Well, what we anticipate is first his statement of, the sort of usual one. But then, of course, the surveillance will continue. Now, we have to assume that they perhaps will shoot down one of these U-2s. Then in that case, and therefore make our surveillance impossible. In that case, of course, we will then have to judge what action to take. But I think that we probably, as I don't expect they're going to discontinue work on these things, I don't expect they're going to withdraw them. And I would think that we probably have that danger in any case.
I should think, Mr. President, that what probably will be bothering you the most after this first statement will be the some outcries from all around the world, probably including Latin America and so on and so on. There will be a lot of talk about the United Nations and so on.
Right.
The only thing that I said to John is that here's something that even if you don't get as many people in South America, many governments go along, that once you've taken the first step in force, then you will have to, if necessary, to make all these things unilateral decisions. And
right. That's right.
And that's the big thing. And when if you see becomes time to do something, why you yourself, of course, will have to make a decision.
Right. Well, 2/3. If we get the 2/3, we'll operate under the Rio Treaty. If we don't get the 2/3, then we'll do it under our own active self-defense. Then
your speech will be
7 o'clock. Then we're going to go to the UN with and our position will be the withdrawal of these up there to assist Adlai, so that we get somebody who's had some experience.
Jack's a very good man.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for telling me, and I will. I personally, I think you're really making the only move you can.
Yeah. It's tough to. As I say, we will. I don't know. We may get into the invasion business before many days are out.
Yeah.
But
of course, from the military standpoint, that's a clean-cut thing to do now.
That's right.
Because you've made up your mind. You've got to get rid of this thing.
Right.
Well, the only real way to get rid of it, of course, is the other thing. But if having to be concerned with world opinion
and Berlin.
Others, why you got to do a little slower.
Well, Berlin is the. I suppose that it may be what they're going to try to trade off.
They might, but I personally, I just don't quite go along, with that thinking, Mr. President. My idea is this: The damn Soviets will do whatever they want, what they figure is good for them.
Yeah.
And I don't believe they relate one situation with another. That's
right.
what they find out they can do here and there and the other place.
Yeah.
And we're already standing at the unit with NATO that if they go into Berlin, that's all of it.
Right.
That means they've got to look out that they don't get a terrific blow themselves.
Right.
And I don't, it might be, I could be all wrong, but my own conviction is that you will not find a great deal of relationship between the two.
Let me ask.
They'll try to make it that way.
General, what about if the Soviet Union, Khrushchev announces tomorrow, which I think he will, that if we attack Cuba, that it's going to be nuclear war?
Hello?
And what's your judgment as to the chances they'll fire these things off if we invade
General,
Cuba?
I just wanted to bring you up to date on this matter because I know you're concerned about it.
In other words, you would take that risk if the situation
As
seems
a matter of fact, what
Khrushchev,
can you do?
which
If this
said
thing
that
is
he
such
would
a serious
withdraw
thing
these
here
missiles
on
and
our
technicians
flank,
and so on, providing
that we're going to be uneasy, and
not
we
plan
know
to
what's
invade Cuba.
happening now.
we then
All right.
got a message
You got to use
public
something.
the next morning,
Something
which he said he would
may
do that
make
if we
these people shoot them off. I
withdrew
just
our
don't believe this.
missiles from
Yeah,
Turkey. We then,
I'll say
as
this.
you know,
I want to
issued a
keep my own
statement
people
that
very alert.
we could get into that deal.
No, hang on
So
tight.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot,
we
General.
then got this
All right.
message this morning. So we now have to wait to see how it unfolds.
Are you
There's a good
through?
deal of complexities to it.
Are you through?
If the withdrawal of these missiles, technicians, and the cessation of subversive activity by them,
One moment. Yes.
well, we just have to set up satisfactory procedures to determine whether these actions will be carried out.
Hello?
So I would think that if we can do that, we'll find our interests advanced, even though it may be only one more chapter in a rather long story as far as Cuba is concerned.
Of course, did he put any conditions in whatsoever?
No, except that we're not going to invade Cuba. That's the only one we've got now.
Yes, I got it. Thanks a lot.
But we don't
Okay,
plan
fine.
to invade Cuba under these conditions anyway. So if we can get them out, we're better off by far.
That's correct. I quite agree. I just wondered whether he was trying to, knowing we would keep our word, whether he would try to engage us in any kind of statement or commitment that would finally one day could be very embarrassing. For instance, suppose they start to bombard Guantanamo.
Right.
What I'm getting at, I quite agree this is a very, I think, conciliatory move.
Right. Oh, well, I agree. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think what we've got to do is that's why I don't think the Cuban story can be over yet. I think we will retain sufficient freedom to protect our interests. If they engage in subversion, if they attempt to do any aggressive acts and so on, then all bets are off. In addition, my guess is that by the end of next month, we're going to be toe-to-toe in Berlin anyway. So that I think this is important for the time being because it requires quite a step down for Khrushchev. On the other hand, I think that, as we all know, they just probe and their word's unreliable, so we just have to stay busy on it.
Secretary, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. He will address the nation at 7 p.m. this evening.
He will,
On steps being taken.
No, I can do it.
That's right.
Oh, right. On steps being taken. Yeah. To provide an effective quarantine. Yeah. Against this threat to the hemisphere.
Right. Okay, I see your point.
Right. Now, we're trying also to confirm the source and reliability of that rumor because...
We are too.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Right. So they get you and they probe when you can do it. Then if they get another place where they think that you just won't for some reason or other,
Yeah.
why doesn't they go ahead?
That's right.
I think you're doing exactly right.
Right.
Go ahead, but just let them know that you won't be the aggressor, but if the other then you've always got the right to
That's right.
determine whether the other guy's the aggressor.
Well, we'll stay right at it, and I'll keep in touch with you, General.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Okay, thank you.